Hello friends, this is Dawnette from the Johnsonton. Welcome back to my channel. Today is just a cooking video, actually an old video that I had that I decided to do a voiceover on where I was making some yummy deer nuggets for the first time. My son and his friend, well I should say his friend and my son, actually got a deer for us a couple months ago. And I was deep frying some deer nuggets for my children for the first time, and they came out pretty good. They were they were delicious. They were nice and crunchy and crispy and deep fried. And what deep fried is not good? I like all things deep fried. And that's the flour that I use. Some flour from Aldi's. I was just showing how I coat it with egg wash, and then I dip it in the flour and then put it in the grease, and that gives it a nice crispy crunchy coating. um, so my kids really like nuggets, so I decided to try deer nuggets. And I also made some homemade biscuits. So right there I'm getting my tray out and going over to the other side of my kitchen. Sorry, it's not a good shot, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm actually trying to throw some biscuits together. And I was getting my strainer out, getting ready to take those deer nuggets out of that grease. And please excuse me, I wipe the stove the whole time I'm cooking. I like to clean as I go, and that way when everybody is eating, I pretty much don't have a lot to clean up. So here I was just turning the deer nuggets over, trying to make sure that both sides get nice and crispy and deep fried. And here I'm boiling some egg noodles. I get those egg noodles from Aldi's, probably $1.19 a bag. So I had my water boiling already. So I just pulled some egg noodles in there, stirring it up, trying to make sure they're not sticking together. And I think here I'm about to put some more egg noodles in. Yeah, I realized that bag wasn't a lot, so I just put some more. It's me, my husband, and 6 children, so I just wanted to make sure I had enough for everybody to enjoy a nice amount of the egg noodles. And I'm stirring that up, just trying to make sure that it's not sticking together. And I think I'm over the other side, either washing dishes or getting those biscuits thrown together. I haven't made biscuits since then. I'm making the biscuits here. I really don't make biscuits. I don't even go by a recipe. They actually turned out good, and my children enjoyed them. I just used a little bit of flour and water, a little bit of salt, and just made some little balls and mashed them a little bit, I guess, and put them in the stove and just baked them. Some things I just never really learned how to make from scratch. I've made them once or twice. My grandmother taught me, but I really don't make biscuits that much. And I don't know, it was just on me that day to try to make some. And like I said, they turned out pretty good. My children ate all of them with their deer nuggets. They really enjoyed them. So that's all that matters. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy cooking for my family and friends, and it just makes me happy to cook for people. And here I'm just flipping them over, making sure once again that they get nice and crispy and delicious. And they were really, really good. And stirring up my egg noodles here is funny because I feel like it's a sports event and I'm giving a play-by-play analysis of the play. um, I guess I was either doing the dishes or working on those biscuits. I was working on those biscuits a little bit more. Just made a small amount. I think everybody had like one or two small biscuits. You see them right there. I'm putting them in the oven. I know I had the oven preheated to 350. I don't know exactly how long I let them cook. And there I got the strainer ready because I felt like the noodles were almost done. And right here I'm checking an egg noodle, and I believe it was still a little chewy, so I let them boil a little while longer. And there's those lovely deer nuggets. You'll see when I take them out that grease. Oh man, they were really good. Um, but as a matter of fact, this is the first batch. I don't know if I mentioned it already, but I actually didn't cook these long enough, and I wound up later on in the video putting them back in the grease and giving them a couple more minutes. Right there, I think I'm putting a timer on the biscuits because I realized I forget a lot when I have them in there when I'm doing multitasking in the kitchen. So I'm putting some more, the second batch of deer nuggets in the hot grease. And at this point, it smells so good in the kitchen, the different seasonings, and I love cooking. Excuse me. So, wiping up, wiping up. You know, all that grease is popping on that stove the whole time I'm cooking. So, right here, I'm checking the egg noodles again. And I think this time they were done. So, yep, took them off the stove and went over to the sink to pour them in the strainer to pull all the water off so that I could get them finished up. And then I put them on the separate eye so that it doesn't stick from the heat on the other eye. And here is when I noticed that in the bottom of the pan it was a little bloody. So I just checked the deer nuggets and noticed that that batch needed to go back in and cook a little more. Yeah, not used to cooking deer. So didn't give that first batch enough time. I think I'm just washing some dishes over there. The other side, oh, those are some tomatoes that my friend gave me that she grew. So I decided to make some homemade tomato soup, just a few tomatoes. I didn't want them to go bad. My children don't really eat tomatoes that much. I like them. I can eat some cherry tomatoes. They're sweet and juicy. But my children, not too much. So I just boiled them in a little bit of water, let them get soft so I can mash them and season them up and make a little homemade tomato soup. Just another little side to go with the dish. I don't think I made a veggie with this meal now that I think of it. That's not a good thing. Excuse me again. I don't know what's going on with my throat here. So I don't know what I was doing. I'm probably wiping the counters and cleaning up over there as always. And here's where I was taking that first batch that wasn't quite done all the way and setting them to the side so that I can put them back in the grease and give them a little bit more time once that second batch is done. And here's where I'm putting some garlic, salt, and some margarine, and some. Later on, I'll put a little bit of queso in there, but I actually stopped using margarine since then. I've been using butter for myself and still giving my family margarine. But after this day, I decided to only use butter for the whole family. So I'm just stirring it up, getting it all nice and covered. And in a little while, you'll see I'll add a little bit of leftover Chick-fil-A queso that we actually had. My little girl just came in the kitchen and just realized I was recording. This is new to us and it's a lot of fun. So she wanted to show her face in my camera. There she is. And of course, we were having a very important conversation. Here is where I was putting them yummy crispy nuggets inside of the bowl, and they turned out really good. I have to say, they were crunchy on the outside, dark and tender on the inside. Perfect seasoning. Here's a little taste test. I have to give myself a thumbs up. They were really good. And here I'm just seasoning up that homemade tomato soup that I made with some garlic, salt, and I think I put some pepper in it. Yep, I put some pepper in it. And I'm sorry, friends, I lost the footage of the food and the serving dishes at the end. You know, us amateur YouTubers, I'll get it right, I promise. But thanks for watching my video, friends. See you soon. Stay blessed.